Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to the Political channel. And you know what? This is a very much impromptu video, but I felt so compelled to jump up here and just start talking. So I just happened to come across, I was on Netflix and I pulled up, it was the Madam CJ Walker short mini series, I believe. I believe it was called Self Made. Let me look it up. Yep, self-made, inspired by the life of Madam C.J. Walker. Now, granted, I know that everything in here may not be 100% real, but I know the story of Madam C.J. Walker, it was very real. And I also know that it is the new year, new me. And I have just been feeling like I have been coming, this year is a full circle moment for me, right? Um, and I'm just very much in a I'm black and I'm proud. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. And also very much feeling, you know, I'm very much into my femininity, right? Okay, we got that out the way. So the reason why I wanted to come up here is that watching that movie was very interesting. There were a couple of things that were, that a couple of things that came up that I absolutely loved. Right, or thought was interesting, right? So, one of the ideas was the issue of men versus women, right? Clearly back in the day, what this is like early 1900s, late 1800s, and we're right after emancipation of slaves, right, in America. And Madam C.J. Walker is trying to create her business. She's trying to create this magical hair growth oil or whatever it was, right? And it was a scene where she was trying to get it was not W.E.B. Du Bois. Who is the other guy? Oh my goodness. I can't think of his name. Um Du Bois. Didn't no. Booker T. Washington. Ooh, there we go. Booker T. Washington, right? Was that him? I believe it was him. If it's not me, if it wasn't him, you can correct me in the comments. Okay? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, right? So, anyway, so yeah, so I'm losing my train of thought. Okay. So Madam CJ Walker was trying to get Booker T. Washington, if that is who it is, right? To get him to endorse her products, right? And the reason why she was trying to get him to endorse her products, yep, it was Booker T. Washington. The reason why she was trying to do this is because apparently she was trying to get an investment from some black men. And basically they were like, "Oh, well, we're not going to give you your money. It's too much of a risk, right?" They're like, "We need you to get an endorsement from someone." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever." She's like, "Okay, cool." So she goes and tries to get an endorsement from Booker T. Washington. He doesn't wanna give it to her, right? And, at first, we don't really understand why. Later on, we find out. He tells her to her face that basically, if we can't have you employing black women, right? And getting black women to a point where they're making more money than the men, all right? And because then how are we gonna be taken seriously? You need to stay in your place. Oh. And that took me and I felt that, right? I felt that because I have been going through many, many things in the past year or so where I've been feeling with older black men specifically, it's like they see someone like me. Well, you guys don't see me, you don't know me, but young, attractive black woman, ambitious, right? Educated, articulate, right? A mother, right? All these things, and they feel the need to put you in your place, right? What else did this remind me of, right? It reminded me of Joe Budden and Nicki Minaj. I know, crazy, crazy comparison, but stick with me, right? The reason why I say this is because Nicki Minaj is a black woman who is extremely successful, and she built it off of the back of her talent, right? And then, clearly she went off and started dibbling and dabbling with the Republican Party, right? Donald Trump, whoever, whatever. Um, had a, started talking on AmFest, right? Had an interview or whatever. And Joe Budden had the nerve to take his black behind up there on his huge platform and basically say, we're going to drag this black woman in the mud and throw her out over the LGBTQ community. And you know what that told me? And I'm not even someone that is anti that community, but that told me that as a black woman, you could care less about me, right? You care more about them than you care about me, right? Because when we look at what did she say? What did she say that was so bad that it's okay for black boys to be black boys? Or I'm sorry, it's okay for boys to be boys. What's wrong with that? Right? And that wasn't just that. It was this black when you see a black woman leaving the plantation, r- going off script, right? Using her brain, rubbing a couple brain cells together. And now you have a problem with it. You're trying to tell us Americans, right? We're supposed to throw this black woman away because you said it? Because you care about other people? You're supposed to be the protectors of the black community, black women. What happened to protect black women? Oh, it's only protect the black women that stay within the box that you wanted us to, right? Another example. Clearly at this time, racism was huge. Being light skinned was a great thing. And, as I don't want to give too much of the show off, right? If you guys have never seen it. But oh, what happened? So basically, okay, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe because it's getting real in here. Okay. So what else happened? So Madam CJ Walker had a husband. She was married at the time, right? And her husband felt intimidated and emasculated because his woman was making so much more money than him. Oh, could never. He felt like so much less of a man that he decided to cheat on his wife. And he cheated on his wife with a light-skinned mulatto woman who he knew would break her. And that's exactly why he did it. He wanted to break her, right? But let's stay on topic, right? And it was just so interesting seeing it because it's I'm kind of losing my train of thought a little bit, but it's like he decided to go and have this affair with this woman when it is crazy because this woman wanted to be her, wanted to be Madam CJ Walker, but she could never be her. He wanted to be Madam CJ Walker, but could never be her. There was this other mulatto woman that who Madam CJ Walker originally wanted to work with her, but because she was dark skinned, black and ugly, right? Fat and ugly, black, fat and ugly. Oh, you could never. And I just find that to be so interesting because guess who ended up being the most successful, right? Um, and I wanna relate that back to a Nicki Minaj and a Cardi B, even though Nicki Minaj is also light skinned, but it's 2025, we don't colorism isn't the same as or as prevalent as it was back then, right? You can't come out and say, "Oh, you're dark skinned and ugly." You can't do that. But if you're non-black, oh yeah, we're gonna boost up this non-black person, Cardi B, right? If you remember the hate train, what was it, 2017, 2018, right? I remember I was in college and, you know, when Sheether came out, they used a dark-skinned black woman to kill her, not to kill her, but to, they used a dark-skinned black woman in order to knock her down. Then they come in, boop, throw in the, um, what is it, the racially ambiguous whatever she is, and even though she's everything the opposite. She's not talented, extremely, like, loose, low self-esteem, what's the opposite of articulate? Illiterate, kind of a little slow, whatever. We're not going to. The fact that even I remember Joe Budden, I'm picking on Joe Budden because he pissed me off. Um, you had the nerve to make it seem like Nicki Minaj was going crazy with how y'all are like raving about this girl as if she is better or even on the same level or even coming close, near, whatever, right? And it's so interesting how our community, we will sell each other out for what? The validation of who? The validation of a man? The validation of white folks? Even another thing, going back to the Madam C.J. Walker movie, right? Or show. At a certain point, there was a mulatto woman who accused Madam C.J. Walker of stealing her formula for her original product. Keep in mind, she grew a hair care line, but she had one original product that she did end up stealing from the lady. But remember what I said. She wanted to work with the lady, but she didn't want to because she was fat, black, and ugly. So you know what she did? She was like, you know what? F you, I'm gonna go and do it on my own. And she did, and she was the first millionaire, female millionaire. And do you need me to repeat what I said? Not first black, first woman millionaire. And at the end of the series, it was very profound. Madam CJ Walker made a statement about how, well, let me rewind. So the mulatto woman was threatening to sue her, and basically she wanted to destroy her company. And Madam CJ Walker was like, listen, white folks are out here killing us. They were literally at a funeral because of someone who got lynched. And she was like, white people are out here killing us. We need to stop arguing about dumb stuff. And that really hit me. And it really, and it instantly inspired me, right, to come up and make this video because one, I have so many goals, dreams, aspirations. And I know like last year, I kept dimming my light and I kept not going past and pushing forward because of these fears of the people that look like me not having faith in me, not supporting me, right? And it was so interesting watching this show because it was like the amount of black men that try to hold her back was astonishing. Even though she was empowering other black women, not light skin, not racially ambiguous. No, 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 no. No. Girl, when I see you, I see black. You're black from the motherland, okay? Black and I'm proud. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. That type of black. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud, okay? Period. And it was so astonishing to me because it's like I'm seeing this day after day after day. When I look at Nicki Minaj, and just because she's fresh on my mind, it's like the amount of black men that try to tear this woman down for her just being who she is, for her trying to create a legacy, for her trying to build something. She literally came from nothing. All these black men allowing this to happen, right? And even it's like, it's interesting to me that so many people were upset that someone like a Nicki Minaj would go up to like the, what was it, Amfest, and allow herself to get interviewed. I don't know if she got paid. I heard that she got paid $1 million. That's what I'm talking about. But to speak, and it's like for what she said, the way people were overreacting, it's disgusting. But we're going to take a break. Well, we're not going to take a break, but I want you guys to make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you like this, is oh baby, is more coming. Just so you know. Um, but yeah, so what was I saying? So it's like so many black men trying to tear this woman down for what? What did she say? Right. And it was so interesting because, what was it? When it was Black Lives Matter, George Floyd, I remember this is when I had like my coming to Jesus moment. And I was Instagram at the time, and I was very frustrated. And I don't remember exactly why I was frustrated, but I came across a post, and it was this white woman saying, "Oh, black women, we need you. Basically, she was trying to argue and say that, oh, we need you to fight our battles for us because we can't do it without you. We need your strength and da 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 da." And I was just like, whoa, 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 whoa. First of all, don't come over to me and try to tell me I need to fight your battles for you. I need to fight for America. I need to fight for the. Who the hell is fighting for me? Right? That's what I started thinking. Like, who is fighting for me? Who has my back when my back is against the wall, right? Who has my back when I'm tired, when I'm emotional, when I'm sad, right? And I know a lot of black women feel this way. It's like we are being used. We're being used by our men, right? How many black men do you know out there that are okay with watching their women work to the bone, right? While whether they're working or not, right? Like, I know plenty of black men that aren't working, watching their woman work to the bone, like I said, right? Or when it comes to these non-black people, so racially ambiguous, oh, you're ready and willing to drop us, well, not drop us out, but drag us through the mud, stab us in the back for their validation. For what? What did you think? Okay, right? If a black woman ever decides to speak out of turn, to, you know, if a black woman ever decides to think for herself, do what's best for her, to stop sacrificing everything for other people, it's a problem. And we got to start asking ourselves, like, why is this? We always talk about, oh, protect black women, but what does that look like? See, here's the thing. This, even looking, and I'm not trying to make the whole thing political, but it's just very interesting when you see it. Very interesting case study, right? So many black people or people in general were mad at Nicki Minaj for going up there when she was giving a seat. I'm not going to say a seat at the table, but she was given a place to speak, right? She was asked to speak, use her words, articulate the words that she has in her head and put them into physical words coming out of her mouth. And that's what she did. And she did a beautiful job. Very elegant, very graceful, right? But when you have an actual black woman on the other side, she was paid or asked to shake her ass because I guess that's the only thing black women are good for, right? Or this non-black woman who, and I'm speaking of Meg Thee Stallion if you don't know, and another a non-black woman or racially ambiguous woman that is being put out to be a representative of black women over there can't even get a couple words out her mouth. Oh, Trump shit. Are you serious? Really? And that was okay. Like, yes, I know they were dragged a little bit, but no, no, no. They were not dragged how Nicki Minaj was getting dragged. It is ridiculous. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of black women being reduced to our bodies. Remember what I said earlier. Madam C.J. Walker was the first female millionaire, not first black woman, first female millionaire, period. And like I said, just going based off the movie, which granted, I know it could be a little, but her biggest op was black men, right? That's mind boggling, right? Anytime a woman in general, but specifically a black woman, decides to really be independent. And when I say independent, I don't mean independent, but yeah, you're on food stamps. You got every single, what is it? Government guarantee, government welfare program, right? That's not independence. You're still the government's your daddy, right? I'm talking about when, God forbid, a black woman literally is self-sufficient, makes her own money, has her own brain, and is not male-centered. right? A Cardi B is cool because she's male centered. Everything she does is around a man. Like, oh my goodness, look, you literally like you were married and I it you had to have been having sex while you were pregnant, right? With your husband's child, and then you instantly get pregnant with this new man. But I don't know, it's all alleged. I have no idea. But just looking at the timing, I mean, I've had a couple kids too, so I kind of understand, right? Just to be the number 4, 5, 6, I don't know, baby mama, and your man is not even spending the holidays with you because he has to spend it with all of his other kids. I'm hearing stories that allegedly he has had, it's not alleged, I mean, they're here, right? 3, 4, 5 babies in a year. But this is the woman that black women are supposed to look up to. The ex stripper, the, what was it? Yeah, like I said, ex stripper, all she has to talk about is her vagina, right? Don't cook, don't clean, but okay. Um, like I said, multiple tiered what multiple baby mama, and you think you won because he's a football player that still makes less money than you or is worth less or whatever, and everyone keeps saying that he's, oh my god, so attractive. I go to a HBCU with hella mother jumpers that look just like him. He's not that, oh my gosh. He's not, right? So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that ladies, black women out there, don't sell yourself short. Don't ever dim your light for anyone. And keep in mind, like I'm married, child. Listen, I love my man. He a good man. But don't get it twisted, right? Like I would never dim my light or allow any man, whether it's mine or someone else's, to disrespect me and to make me feel like I'm anything less than who the hell I know I am, because I know who I am, right? And it is so frustrating seeing the push and the drive and the conspiracy behind. I know it's not just black women, but I see it because I'm a black woman. I'm in black content. The push for us to feel like we are not worth a damn. If we're not showing our body, shaking our ass, and keeping our mouth shut. We're not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not standing for it. No, 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 no. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start putting respect on these beautiful black women's names, right? These black women that are actually good and positive representations of what we can do, right? Madam CJ Walker, absolutely a revolutionary, right? She gave black women a sense of pride, right? A way, right? A way for us to feel beautiful. A vessel. She gave us a vessel, right? For us to feel beautiful with convenience, right? And it seems like she didn't sell out. She didn't switch up and say, "Oh, well, everyone wants to be light skinned or white adjacent, so I'm just going to keep pushing that narrative." She said, "No, I'm going to push narrative that black is beautiful with your kinks and all. Whether you want to straighten your hair or whatever you want to do, girl, you look good. Guess what? You gonna look good with my products too, okay?" Love that. I'm a saleswoman too. I love that. Love to see it, right? Even with the Nicki Minaj, I'll be honest, like even when she first came out and I was first introduced to her, she was a little bit too much to me, too over sexualized or whatever. But you know what? At the end of the day, as a woman, that is a part of being a woman, of your femininity. Yeah, I'm a baddie. I'm a bad bitch. Okay? I look good, right? But she also will always tell her fans, stay in school, get your degrees, go to work, right? Don't depend on a man. Don't think that this what is it, the city girl lifestyle, hot girl lifestyle, whatever, stripper girl lifestyle, it's not what you think it is. These girls are lying to you. They're never going to tell you what it really is. But let's go back and stay on Nikki. When you really listen to more of her catalog and you listen to what she has to say, it's like she's like, "No, I am that BITCH. I am the HIBC, RNB, whatever you want, you know." And whether you're a woman, man, or whatever, she said what she said and she's standing on it. Period. And you have to respect it. You have to. You know why? Because most people are not bold enough to do it. She has bigger balls than most of these men. What's his name? Can't even remember his name. He's so irrelevant to me now. Unfollowed him over everything. Joe Budden. Unfollowed him over everything because you're never going to. Anyway, she has more balls than he does. Because he knows damn well what she said. There was nothing wrong with what she said. He's just upset because I guess someone's feelings got hurt. Well, guess what, baby? And what that got to do with me, right? Very inspirational, very, beautiful. I love it. And I definitely have to do more research into Madam CJ Walker, but it literally made me drop a tear. Like, we need to stop fighting over dumb stuff. But this video wasn't just for black folks, it was definitely for women. Whether you're black, white, Asian, candy striped, it doesn't matter. Like, as women, we really need to hold each other down. We need to have each other's backs. Because another part of this show that was said was Madam CJ Walker's husband, well, her father-in-law saw that his son was having, what is it, with wandering eyes, that's what they say. And he said that, listen, men like us need a good woman to survive. And that was the biggest Fendi fact I have heard in a long time. So many men, and women really believe that men make the world turn. And the older I get, the more I realize that these men would die without us. They would not survive. They would kill all. They would end each other before. You know what I mean? And it's just very interesting. So this video is getting pretty long, but all I have to say is, ladies, don't ever dim your light for anyone. You don't have to. Guess what? If you hurt someone's feelings, they feel a way because you did too much. Guess what? Oh, well, I stand on it. I said what I said and I stand on it. And what? And what? What are you going to do about it? Like I said what I said. And we have to hold each other down. We have to have each other's backs, right? But we also have to call out the BS, and I'm just gonna save the rest for later. But I hope you guys enjoyed what I have to say today. Please make sure you like, comment, share this video, and of course, you have to subscribe, right? And if you like this and you have more, and you have more things you want to talk about, or if you have more topics you would like me to talk about, you have just let me know in the comment section below and we will talk about I will make it a point to bring it up in conversation. Yes. So I hope you guys have a blessed night, amazing night. And hopefully I wasn't rambling too much, but I just needed to get this off my chest because, like I said, it was a spark. I will never dim my light for anyone after this, and you shouldn't either. Have a good one. Bye.